Hey everyone, HBO has dropped the second official trailer for Game of Thrones Season 7. Without wasting any time, let's break it down. So careful for spoilers, and let's get started. Sansa looks nervous as she walks away from Winterfell Godswood. Meanwhile, Littlefinger gives a voiceover. Don't fight in the north or the south. Fight every battle, everywhere, always in your mind. The placement of his voice over her appearance isn't a coincidence. It is obvious that he is scheming to use her for his own ambitions. The next shot of the trailer spoils viewers directly, and it's from Episode 1. We see the gate at Castle Black lifting up as Bran and Meera are ready to cross back to the southern side of the wall. Jon is in the north of the wall. This shot is from his white hunting mission. The people of King's Landing cheer as troops arrive at Red Keep. I believe this is the scene after the sea battle in which Euron imprisons Ellaria Sand and Yara. To celebrate his victory, he parades them through the streets of King's Landing, and the common people are cheering for him. Since Ellaria and the Sand Snakes are responsible for Myrcella's death, Euron will offer them as a gift to Cersei, so that she can have her revenge. Jaime Lannister walks along the castle walls. The really interesting part of this scene is the dead man lying on the ground ahead of him. The leaked scripts claim that the Lannister army will sack Highgarden for supplies, so it's most likely to be the Tyrell stronghold. Troops arrive on the beach, and it appears to be Dragonstone, but I'm not sure about the location. It could be a different place. Jon makes a convincing argument about allying against the White Walkers. For centuries, our families fought together against their common enemy, despite their differences. Together, we need to do the same if we're going to survive, because the enemy is real. It's always been real. Dany faces the Flaming Heart stag banner of Stannis and tears it down. After Robert's rebellion, her ancestral home, Dragonstone, was given to Stannis. Now that she's home, it's time to change. It looks like the Unsullied are ready to attack Casterly Rock. Just like the previous trailer, this one has several shots of Unsullied soldiers fighting at Casterly Rock. Tyrion once said that his father put him in charge of the sewers of the rock. No one knows them better than Tyrion, and now he's serving Dany. And here's Grey Worm, fully armored near the water, and an entrance. Though the Unsullied have the advantage, it appears that there will be some huge loss on their side too. Brienne and Podrick are back at Winterfell. They both look good. The Hound somewhere in the north of the wall with Jon. He looks a bit terrified. This is the first time he's fighting a White. He must have ridiculed the Walkers his entire life, like everyone else, and now he faces the reality, so no wonder he looks scared. Cavalry charges at a row of Lannister shields. There is a line of fire in the background, so this is probably the scene where Dany ambushes the Lannister army. A clip of Jaime riding through the smoke and fire is shown, and things don't look good for him. The Lannister flag is in flames, so this battle may not end well for them. Some of the leaked scripts claim that Jaime and Bronn will be the only two survivors. A shot of Tormund vigorously fighting a White in the north of the wall. Next we see ravens flying over a horde of Whites, and one of them has white eyes, which Bran has supposedly warged into. The Night King looks up and finds the warged raven. Bran snaps out of the bird and back into himself, where he sits in Godswood. Did the Night King notice the raven specifically because of Bran? It seems very likely that Bran, having been touched by the king in his vision, has created a dangerous connection between them. Bran also got a new wheelchair. Next we have a pretty cool shot of Beric's Sword of Fire light up. Yep, he is also in the north of the wall with Jon. Next up we have the Greyjoy fleet. They're about to make port in King's Landing, so obviously these are Euron's ships. The trailer also features several shots from the sea battle, which is going to be spectacular. A swarm of Whites have surrounded Jon and his companions. It's hard to identify them all, but one has a flaming sword, so it has to be Beric. Next, we have some quick random shots in which the Lannisters line up in formation for battle, and Jon appears to be fighting a White Walker. Lucky for him, he's got a Valyrian steel sword. Dothraki riding through the flames, and the Ironborn land on the shore, apparently Dragonstone, with Theon, who falls to his knees. Sansa speaks in voiceover. When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. And Jon is riding on a horse to safety after fighting the horde of Whites. He is rescued by none other than Benjen, who sends him off on his horse while continuing to fight the horde. Sansa's voiceover is kind of misleading, but true. I guess the lone wolf which she mentions here is Benjen, who actually sacrifices his life to save his nephew. Finally, the trailer ends with Jon fighting more whites, and I think this episode is going to be the hard home of Season 7. Overall, this is a spectacular trailer. It has some direct spoilers, which I completely didn't expect. I find the leaks more authentic after watching this trailer. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe.